IlLogical chess move by me, Floodmon 14. Sorry about that sound there. Let me mute that. I forgot to mute the tab here. So let me mute this and mute Tweeter. Speaking of Tweeter, folks, today we are going to go onto Tweeter and let me make sure you can't see. Okay. In fact, let me double make sure you see this screen capture. We're going to delete that right now from OBS. Long story short, just got off work, just got home. Hope you folks are doing all right. And for the YouTube audience, hope you're doing great. You guys remember Tony the Tiger? They're great. Frosted Flakes are more than good. They're copyright. You know, YouTube. And that's a clip for Mr. Tim. I'm having a pretty good day. Long story short, yeah, I'm kind of glad to be done with everything that IRL. And speaking of IRL, I'm not going to talk about any of it because I don't want to bring down. You see this level we're at right now? The happiness, the intensity, the dedication, the smile. We want to keep that. So we're not going to talk about anything IRL. And that's why you love to watch Flood. Because you flood yourself with joy. And you overcome the IRL that's trying to sprinkle down acid rain? Can I say that on YouTube? I hope not. Well, I mean, what I mean is Rain is a character in Mortal Kombat, and if you push back, down, forward, X, A, B, start on the Xbox controller, and then you put both the thumb paddles, the right and the left, and then you press RB down forward slash HTML start, you get the special Rain combo move in Naruto, which, believe it, gets you a secret fatality in Mortal Kombat. How's that, Tim? Was that a... Yeah. Did I say the right button combination, by the way? Because that's MK3, right now? Tim's gonna do some research on that. Nah, I don't think so, Tim. You guys ever watch Home Improvement? Sorry, Tim. I make that joke to Tim all the time. And folks, I know Tim IRL. And it's sometimes when I see him, I'm just like, you know. By the way, is Tim Allen canceled now? I've heard, you know what? We're not going to talk about Tim Allen. Let's talk about Home Improvement and what a great show it is, still to this day, and was. So, first of all, you got solid, and I want to phrase this very carefully. Getting a solid child actor, you know, for example, That's So Raven. You know, you have Raven-Symoné Baxter. That's So Raven turned out to be it carried, you know what I mean? If you get extended for season 4, season 5, the only reason I know about That's So Raven, by the way, is because I grew up with like a ton of older sisters. Not gonna say the exact number because I don't want to dox myself, but like, long story short, yeah, you getting renewed for 4 or 5 seasons, man. You doing something right, bro. I mean, that's kind of obvious, but my point is, you kind of got to see the kids grow up. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, you ain't got to be a fan of the show. That's number one. You ain't got to be a fan of Tim Allen. That's number two. You ain't got to be a fan of Tool Time or like tools in general. Like, you could just hate mechanics. You can hate repairs. You can hate maybe you hate his wife. You know, because his wife is a character in the show. What is her name? Like Patricia or something? Anyway, long story short, let me check on some chatteroonie and make sure you guys can hear the mic. But long story short, bro. I mean, like, I ain't no genius, bro. But if you getting extended for like season 4, 5, 6, 7, bro, you doing something right. You know what I mean? Like, so, you know, it don't matter what I think. It don't matter what you think. The point is, success is kind of determined, like, okay, in the acting world. Honestly, if you get any show to season 3, like, for context, I'm referencing like 12 episode seasons because that's standard length. You know what I mean? And if you think about it, it makes sense because, like, for example, let's take Yu-Gi-Oh, something everybody who watches this channel can relate to, right? All right, listen to this. You get a 30-minute time slot. You guys with me so far? Because when you're growing up, Yu-Gi-Oh lasts 30 minutes. All right, with commercial, the real time minutes is 20. Everybody good? Everybody following along? Good. So basically, 20 multiplied by 12 is, so the 20 minutes. So basically, if you get an episode to last, a season to last 1,440 minutes, which is the real time of 3 months, that's a full season. And if you think about it, it makes sense because, for Yu-Gi-Oh, oh, tune in next Saturday. Will Yugi be able to defeat Kaiba? And will Krillin be able to learn the special beam cannon from Piccolo and Dragon Ball Super? Find out next time on a brand new Nightmare Troubadour GT. You see what I mean? Bleach. Believe it. You see what I mean? Like, but for that to get, basically, for you to get the same success, you have to go from 1,440 hours, 1,440 minutes to, what would be times two that? 80. You'd have to get to 2,880 minutes. Basically 3,000 minutes, all right? If you get to 3,000 minutes real time of any TV show, and this includes voiceover, dubbing, animation, whatever you got to do, right? So let's just cut the brass tacks and say, all right, yeah, 3,000 makes sense as well because you got to do episode previews. I'm thinking of Yu-Gi-Oh, straight up. You got to do the, like, okay. Now if you take the Japanese anime intro, right, and use that, that's only like, you can just leave that in like you did for Inuyasha, bro. They be singing the Fuka Mori, Boku Dashi wa. You just leave it as is, bro. But if you make your own opening like Yu-Gi-Oh did, that's gonna take some time. Again, so 3,000 minutes is kind of the magic number. 3,000. All right. So everybody with me? By the way, Twitter's still like booting up slowly, and I don't know what's going on. But anyway, so let's just say you get to 3,000 minutes. All right. So all right, you made it to 3,000 minutes. That's good. All right. And let me put in some tags here. Knights, fork, viewer, move, IlLogical. Yes, we've decided to name the logical chess series because we're only 1,000 rated to the illogical chess series. But anyway, back to my point about TV show dubbing and why a second and third season is a success, right? Honestly, if you get to 3,000 minutes, that's solid, bro. Like, that's, yeah, I mean, you realize how many shows don't get a second season? Like, at all? Like, quite a lot. So, you know, I think 3,000 is the magic number. You know what I mean? Yeah, I mean, like, y'all feeling me? And by the way, obviously, I'm in a blabbing mood, so, let me check on the audio. But, yeah, long story short, man. Yeah, you get to that second season, man. You doing something good. So, oh yeah, yeah. Last time someone also upgraded us to premium or something on Chess. So now I think we get free game reviews. So that's, yeah. Who did that for me? I forget. Oh, thanks, guys. You guys on Twitch are awesome. Yeah, because they just straight up got that for me, bro. Anyway, we've tweeted that out. Now let's go to Facebook and send a notification. I'm gonna start a game here, and yeah, I'll just recap it. Sick Hugh Renzone. Good luck. We're playing the usual gambit of the Kali. We played as black. We played D5. And now we played e6. So let's see if they take the pawn and take the bait. They probably will. Oh, so they play d4 themselves. Well, the move here is pretty obvious. We just take the pawn and we're pretty even Steven. So they defend their knight. We're going to defend our knight. This is pretty standard stuff. And then let's add a source so you guys can see the gameplay. So we get a screen capture, then we hit add source, and I'm talking myself through this. Then we go here, and then we go here, and then we write chess, so Flood knows what Flood is doing. Then we go here, then we click on the TV, because I am easily distracted. Then we go here. Hi everyone, welcome on in. Yeah, we just started recently playing on chess.com. We are currently playing the Kali opening, and you should be able to see the full screen now. Okay, and I'll fix the webcam in just a sec. Let me make a move. Have they not moved? Oh, the timer's running. Okay, good, 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 good. Great, great. Bishop to d3, huh? Well, let's get the other knight out. Or do I want to pin the knight? Pin the knight? Yes, pin the knight. We want to trade this bishop off ASAP, by the way. And let's go back here, and then we'll go here, and then we'll go here, and then we'll go here. And we'll go here, and then we go here, and then we go here, and then we go here. All right, and then we move here, and then we go here, and then we go here, and then we get big screen here. Hi! And then my face is slightly cut off, so I either slide the chair here, which honestly looks great, or alternate solution. Let's make a move. Let's make a move before I time out. All right, sorry folks, just yeah, kind of doing this on the fly. Oh, have they not moved? Great, great. They're taking their time. Perfect. I love games like this. Like when I'm trying to. Oh, uh, queen check is an interesting move, and the reason I say that is because this lets us queen trade. Is this good for white? I don't know. The pawn's already defended. So, I don't think this is good for white. Especially if they take. If they take, they might have a bit of a problem, actually, because they're going to let us develop for free. Yeah, this is, something about this ain't right. Is the queen overworked? Is it knight to e4? Let's think about the moves after we finish tweeting and stuff. So let's close this. Let's. Ooh, I need to move this. Yeah, I have my stream up, which should be fine. No. I'll just reopen my stream. Okay, all tabs are clear. Let's open a new window. And make sure we're not capturing the new window. Okay. I think we're good, but yeah, welcome on in, everyone. Let me fix the cam. Okay, so we'll kind of go, yeah. And then we'll small size. Perfect, perfect. That's the default position. I like that. I like that. All right. That's probably a solid move. Yeah. Because that's what I was thinking is like you're not supposed to trade, and I think it does have to do with knight to e4. Some shenanigans there. We're gonna trade. And then, yes, now the knight is no longer pinned. Very important. So we trade the knight off. And then I believe the move is get the knight out, castle queen side for us. Yes. This is looking normally a bishop to d6. Sometimes is necessary. That move does not cause problems, right? Castle, flood. We're good. If they don't take the knight, which they didn't, we are supposed to move the knight and play c6. So, okay, let's make sure you guys can't see this new tab because I need to send this to Facebook. But yeah, hope you guys having a good Friday, and oh, you got like 3 or 4 people in chat. Cool. So I'm in the new tab. Good to see you, Vegeta. But yeah, back to what I was talking about to start. So I was covering like if you reach 3,000 minutes in a like scripted TV show, that's a good benchmark. And I was talking about like Home Improvement, and that's so some old school kind of. But yeah, I think the real runtime of Home Improvement is like it's over 10,000 minutes. It's over 10,000. What 10,000? And that's a measure of success. Like I said, it doesn't matter if you like Tim Allen. It doesn't matter if you can hate whoever you want to hate, but the success kind of speaks for itself. If you got 3 times 3,000 minutes, then you clearly doing something right, and I don't know what I'm talking about, bro. Yeah, I mean, like, so yeah, so bishop out. Okay, c6. Yes. I appreciate you guys being here. All right, cool. Yeah, because that show, that show did some good, bro. So you gotta admit, man. You gotta admit. All right, let's do this. All right, Facebook noti is sent, and we're not seen on stream. Beautiful, beautiful stuff. Beautiful stuff. But yeah, I appreciate whoever left us a premium sub on chess.com. That is awesome. Anyway, let's get into the games now. And there are some. I'm sure there are other cases where a show's reached like over 20,000 minutes. Like for example, NCIS. Ooh, that show is still running, bro, and it's crazy. Easily, NCIS is easily CBS's like and or Paramount's best show ever in terms of just because that's an hour long. And like my example, I only gave an example for a 30-minute show like Yu-Gi-Oh. So that move is interesting. What's interesting about that move is yes. Okay, I think we jump in with the knight here. Yeah, they can trade, but I like this outpost a lot more. And I think the next move is g6 with the other knight. Yeah, because this bishop is undefended, so we got a little Zwishenzook there. Future moves, yeah. G6, hit the bishop, get this bishop here, maybe. Yes. Oh, they're jumping the knight in. Interesting. That is a fork, I will admit. This is a fork. Ooh, how do you defend the fork? You know, this could be a case where you don't defend the fork. So since you can't defend the fork, what do? You just go after the pieces. Okay, fine. Take my pawn and rook. I'm going to take your bishop and your other bishop. Yeah, that could be. Yeah, that could be what we need to do. So, and best case scenario, the knight's trapped. So, yeah, I'm allowing this fork is what I'm doing. And then we pin the knight to the bishop. Yeah, there are some interesting things here. Best move for white is honestly probably to trade this knight first and then take the fork. We'll see what happens with a Siku zone. So, and they do take the knight. Wow, they didn't even take the fork, guys. They did not take the fork. So, either number one, maybe they didn't see the fork, doubtful, or number two, they kind of knew what I was going for, like hitting this and then this, and they didn't want the two pieces for the rook. So let's open the rook on the. Now we have an open H file, and that's pretty enticing, I have to say. Let's not develop. I could counterattack. Yeah, what's nice is this bishop is still undefended. So this is a legit move. Trade, yeah, because if they trade, I can retreat the knight. You guys see that? You guys see that? Yeah, that's pretty. That's a cool one. That's a cool one. This only works because this bishop's undefended, and there's no checks or anything crazy. But yeah, open H file is interesting. I guess it's easily shut down if you just push H3. Then I don't think there's any tactics. Okay, so they do trade, and again, don't take with the rook. That's a blunder. Take with the knight, and yeah. All right. So far, I think we're seeing the board vision's pretty good to start this first game, and I couldn't be happier. Now let's blunder a rook. That would be normal. You know what I mean? Like, I just want a normal game where we blunder stuff. I could go after this pawn. You know, this outpost doesn't look too bad. It looks better than where we're at. And we're just offering the trade. You know, the pawns are still doubled. I guess we're stopping rook to e7. So that's something. With the knight, which is important, I must admit. Now, they could take with check and then just rook e7 anyway. But we have d7. So, you know. They defend the pawn. Great. Now, the thing is you have to know that this move is coming, right? G4 is kind of obvious. So, let's play rook d7 right now and proceed from there. Because, I mean, if it was me, I would not allow this knight to just sit here. I would just immediately, boom, dunk, g4, pawn g4. That's what I would do. Just immediately. Immediately. But I'm not my opponent. Let's see what they decide to do. But yeah, 3,000 minutes for a Showtime show. Pretty good benchmark. And Yu-Gi-Oh, Yu-Gi-Oh, Naruto, Bleach, like all these anime shows reach that benchmark easily. But I was talking about Home Improvement because I made that joke about Tim. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Like, I'm not even gonna look up the total runtime, but I'm pretty sure it reached over 10,000 minutes, and that's. I mean, you can hate Tim Allen all you want, but back in the day, man, I mean, he was cooking, man. Like I said, clearly, if you're reaching that benchmark, you're appealing to a certain audience, and you're doing it right. It's success. I mean, whether you agree with what he's saying or not, don't matter. You reaching that kind of benchmark, that's success. Now, this looks almost like a Stonewall setup, which is very interesting. I am going to push B5 here because I like Stonewall setups. And what I like about this is that my knight can kind of jump here and then jump here. And I like this outpost a little better because there's no pawns that can come in. Now, that is a dangerous move. If you guys want to pause. What's the threat behind this move? Well, there's actually two threats. Well, number one, they want me to take and take, push the pawn defend. Okay, take. Boom, your king is skewered. Yikes. That's no bueno. Number two, if I just leave it as is, take, free pawn, right? So basically, we have to take this pawn, basically, and let the rook in. Because I didn't see any other way. Yeah, we basically were forced to take that pawn. Because the skewer is just all bad news. Now, one thing I will do here, let's free up the second rank rook and provide a little extra defense over here. Let's go king right here. King b7. Yes, they can bishop check. I don't care. That's fine. All right, we're doing good. Doing good. Let's check on some chatteroni. Oh, all good. Yeah, great weekend. It is the final weekend of May, correct? Yes. Yes. And it feels pretty good. I mean, here where I'm at, if you're in California and it's 100 degrees, I'm sorry. Or if you're in New Mexico or something, Arizona. If you're on, if you're near the equator, near Panama, and it's 102 degrees, I'm sorry. But right here feels pretty nice. Or should we say we're from today, guys? Wyoming? Sure. Today we're from Wyoming. Okay. Our opponent has the E file, and I don't like that. So what I'm gonna do, let's fight for the file. The knight's defending. And if they want to double up, yeah, doubling up is a very good move here, actually. It's actually very good. Yeah, rook to a1 looks pretty scary. I think we have king to... Yeah, yeah. I guess we do have... Now, they do give us the file. That's duly noted. Let's go here and defend the pawn. Because, we released the defense of the rook. So, I like that. Oh, this pawn is left hanging. Whoops. Didn't see that, chat. Didn't see that. This may have been the best move, though. Just because... Yeah. That may have been the best move regardless. Yeah, that's good. That's good. Good job to the opponents. Let's make the most of a bad situation. All right, let's take the E file forever. Let's double the rooks. Yeah, so we kind of lost a pawn, but I'm treating it as a gambit of the pawn. And we will proceed. My goal is going to be get rid of one of these rooks, continue the game. For example, rook to e1 check. Looks pretty good. We could jump the knight in to e3. That also looks good. Yeah, knight to e1 looks fantastic, actually. One thing I will say is... yeah, yikes. One thing I will say is our opponent's playing pretty well. They are 12-22, but I haven't noticed any significant blunders, or they haven't made it easy on us. I'll say that. Their decision not to queen trade, let me rewind a bit. Yeah, their decision not to queen trade right at the opening. Yeah, this was pretty good by the opponent. The in-game sequence of moves is whatever. Them not going for the fork. Let me look at this fork, actually. This is the most interesting moment of the game to me. So they go for the fork. Obvious rook fork. And then we move the knight to... So, because basically I was saying, okay, go for the fork, free bishop. Keep taking the bishop, keep taking stuff. That was the plan. But the most interesting moment of the game, they decided, no, don't want the fork. Yeah. So, and we never really took advantage of the open H file. So maybe that was a mistake on my part, but I do like this how I counterattack the bishop. That was good. That was good, and then retreat the knight. But yeah, pretty good tactical player, I'd have to say. Let's see what they do next. Wow. Wow, now that's a move. Yeah, that's a good move. King to, yeah. Is it a good move? I guess it is. Wow. I. Well, first of all, the king can't move, so that's number one. Number two, I believe this is a good move for us. King to b7. We're basically trying to get the rook out of here. Let me think about this 1 second. Okay, I just did it actually. I kind of didn't mean to do that. I think it's good though because you can't go here. My king takes. You can't go here, pawn. You can't go here. Well, you could go here. You could go here. You could go here. You can't go here, the knight. You can't go here, the rook. You can't go here, the pawn. Okay. You could go to a6, but I believe that comes with its own problems. We'll see. I may want to go rook e6. Like I said, we're just trying to trade a pair of rooks. Whether that works too. That works too. Does it work? I don't think it does. Because, let me think about this. Yeah, this causes some problems. Yep. Who is it? Me? Well, come in, me. Whoever you are. Hey! What's up, man? Hey! Open the door, you. Hey! Yeah. All we want to do is trade the rooks and win a pawn back. That's literally all we're trying to do, folks. What's up, Frank? Man, you can't get the door to open. Can you watch me? Now, do I want to take with the pawn or the? Ooh, this is not a straightforward decision. Yeah, we'll take with the rook. We'll take. We want to keep the e file cut off. Yeah. Now, if they go back to e1 with this rook, we want to not trade. So, yeah. I gotta think about where we'll put the rook, but man, hold up, D. Sorry, folks. I'm going to temporarily mute the stream. I got some company. Uh, chess. I haven't played for 5 years. Hey, what up, ZUXNV? Yeah, someone just knocked at my door. Yeah, I'll be right back, chat. Don't go anywhere. Sorry. Gotta answer the door. Be right back. Yeah, good to see you, ZUX. Okay, we're back, guys. Oh, we got 5 people. Hi, everyone. Welcome on in. Yeah, just for a recap, we played the collie, and then we did that, and then I blundered a pawn, and then we are here. So, bishop back. What? What on earth is that move? I am gonna go here. They could trade the rook. Yeah. That's alright. It's alright. If they want rook a6, they got it. That's fine. That's fine. Rook a6 comes at a cost because they give back the pawn. So I don't know if they'll actually go for that. But no, it's a trade. It's a trade. Yeah. And then you take this guy. Smart, smart. Yeah. Uh-huh. So we got to go e7 with our rook. So yeah, this was a pass pawn though. Oh, no way. That's a checkmate? Okay, did you guys see that or not? Because I didn't see any danger there. That's a checkmate? Hang on. That is indeed a checkmate. Can't go here. Pawn, pawn. Rook, 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 rook. Rook, rook, rook. Whoops. Not even on my radar at all, folks. Good job to the opponent. That's a beauty of a checkmate. Well, we lost. I mean, we are only 1,000 rated. Like whatever number you see on the screen, it's basically a lie. I'm not. I'm not that high rated. So, yeah. I wonder how many 1,500s saw the checkmate. Diego, because I sure did. Yeah. First game, warm up. That doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Wow, yeah, we had like 5 people in here. That's weird. Maybe I should do more chess streams, bro. Because like normally, it's just like 1 or 2 people and that's it. So, but that's cool, man. Appreciate everyone who's even if you just stop by and like lurk for a second. Yeah, that's cool. All right, knight to b3. You want to put on some Halo, bro? I don't know. Maybe after this game. School of Hard Knocks. Oh man, that was a good song. Yeah. Oh, like Annie Oakley. Oh yeah, it is a movie. Yeah. Ooh, Queen to D6. Is that a move? Is that legit? Is Queen to D6 legit? Maybe. You know what? How do you attack that square? I don't know. Oh, you play bishop back to C7? Okay, okay. All right. Interesting. What's the threat there? Well, the threat is checkmato, my friends. I see it that time. Now, the problem is, I think we have an easy solution, and the move is knight to CF3, which I was probably going to play anyway. That's a sneaky one. I give him that. That's pretty good. All right. Can I play E5? Let me think. E5 hits the queen. You take with the knight. I take with my knight. You take with the knight. I take with my knight. I get checkmated. Except it's not exactly checkmate. Is it? I think E5 might be a move. Huh. Okay. If this doesn't work, now we know, chat. Take with the knight. I could even take with the queen. And then call it a day. Yeah. Yeah. Pawn to E5. I like it. The more I look at it, the more I'm just like, yeah. What are you gonna do about that? Queen over. Like to see that. Well, mainly because they're lined up off of here. So that's all right. Bishop out, queenside castle. Is my queen trapped? I don't think so. Sorry, guys. I'm just anytime I don't commentate, I'm thinking of outside the box moves, and I think I see one. Bishop to g5. Pretty good move, I think. Oh no, my pawn. I don't care. I don't care, guys. We've got bigger fish to fry and bigger darks to rye. They can't castle. Do you guys see why they can't castle? I don't know. They'll see it. We're only 1,000 rated, but they cannot castle. If you want to pause, well, castling takes a defender away, so they cannot do it. Now, this move is highly suspect and highly questionable. Okay, you line up on the pawn. I get it, but that ain't gonna work, folks. And the reason why, we just block with the bishop. So, you know, you can take the pawn. You can't even take the pawn with the queen, my knight. Oh no, my pawn. Oh no. Okay, so you guys remember what I was saying? First of all, how do we defend this? We can castle. That's number one. Number two, their queen's kind of undefended here, man. I guess my bishop, if I castle, is undefended, but that kind of doesn't matter. I even have rook to c1. Ooh, I'm liking this very much. Very, very much. Very, very much. Okay, I'm seeing some stuff here, chat. Hang on. Okay, chat's all good. First of all, I love the C file. I really do. Yep. Mm-hmm. 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 Sorry, I'm thinking about 6 or 7 moves here, chat. Good, good. Diego's over there doing the meme, which I'm not gonna. I'm locked in. So first of all, let's get the queen up out of here. C1. I think C1's a good move to throw in. And the reason I say, look, line up on the queen, boom, lined up on the knight, boom, lined up on the bishop. There's got to be some kind of tactic, right? Yep. Let's get it. Let's get it, folks. Uh-huh. Gotta be a tactic. Some kind of. Now it might take me a minute to find the tactic, but that's why we got 12 minutes of time. The rook's defended by the knight, by the way. That's an important detail that I did not mention. Uh-huh. They just gonna keep taking pawns, huh? So I could castle to defend the rook. I could also just start trading right now. This queen looks like it's about to get trapped. That's why I'm taking so long, folks. I like this. Even if... Yep. Ooh, if we can make the knight move. No, the other knight takes. Sack the rook? Wow. If I sack the rook right now, I get mated. Okay. Maybe I do just need a castle. You know what? I don't want f6 to be played as an in-between move. Let's take one time. Maybe that's the wrong move. Maybe not. And then I think we're going to castle. Mm-hmm. Mm. Some queen moves, maybe. Well, they're taking a long time here. While they think, I'm going to think bishop d3. Bishop b5. Castle. Rook d1. Okay, double the rooks. Okay. Bishop d3 allows bishop d3 allows rook c3 to defend both of these. Okay. Yeah, rook c3 is looking like the don't try to trap the queen flood, just take the open files and be happy. I think that's what jump the knight in right now. Mmm. Jump the knight in right now. You can't do this one, obviously, because it's defending the rook. I mean this one. Jump the knight in right now. To defend this, then you castle. Uh-huh. Nope. Yes. Nope. 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 Let them take the pawn, jump the knight in. Mm-hmm. Ooh. This just moved. Now the bishop's only defended one time. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. Aha. Aha. Now the bishop's only defended one time. Yeah. Uh-huh. Okay. So if they take nine, okay. Yep. Even here looks good. Wow. I just let's just go here. Yes. I like Bishop B5. I really do. I really do, chat. And I don't know why. Ah. I found it, chat. Bishop C4. That's the move. Bishop C4, chat. It took me a minute, but I found the move. Yeah, this queen is getting. If the queen keeps being greedy, it is Bishop C4. It is Bishop C4. The reason is. Okay, hear me out. The queen keeps taking, right? Bam. Discovered attack. You know, you get in a good position. Yada, yada, yada. That move's not really that scary. We just slide over. Black's out of steam because all their pieces are basically undeveloped. So again, we just take the tempos and we checkmate this king. That's what's going on. Wow, I'm really seeing it now. I'm really seeing it. Yep. Bishop's still lined up, by the way. Yep. They're going to be in trouble. I mean, they're getting a lot of pawns, but they're not defending anything. Yep, they're about to be in trouble. Trouble, trouble, trouble. Mm-hmm. It's that kind of logic. Yeah, that's the logic that needs to be applied. I think this is the right move. The more and more I look at it, the more and more it just seems right. Can't save both. Don't need to save both. Oh, yeah, the bishop's line. Yeah, so G1 is not even an option. So let's remove that from the equation. This is an option. Yep. Rook to F1. The queen's just running out of real estate. Okay, now we start to look for sacrifices because opponent's gotten a little greedy with all the pawns, and they're about to pay for it. Interesting style by our opponent, though. I will say that. So, but they're about to get mated. You want to chill? What is? Oh, nice, nice. My homie Diego got a little. Come on, City say Cuervo. Yeah, this has to be good for us. Yeah. Yep. Yeah, Rook to C2's coming. So, well, they finally did it. They took the pawn, chat. Okay. Yeah, this is not good for the opponent. It can't be. It just can't. It just can't be good, chat. All right, we're going here. And the bishop is defended. Will they see the attack on the queen? At this level, you never know, chat. You never know. They have queen a4 check. Doesn't matter. We're doing good here, by the way. This just goes to preview that, like, one piece attacks, one piece mention? No, just kidding. But one piece attack, like, all they're doing is queen, 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 queen. Yeah, one piece attacks in chess, they're not supposed to work, traditionally speaking. So, yeah, I'm loving the position of our queen right now. This looks great. By the way, the follow-up threat is yeah, they see the check. Now the problem is we can block the check right here with the bishop to make a move again. Um but I think, where does the queen go? I don't know. I don't know, chat. Where does the queen go if we do this? No, no, I think we just move the king because where does the queen go? I don't know. Let's find out. Can you take the knight with check? No, I take with the other knight. Yeah, this looks great for us. I feel like our opponent is about to blunder the queen very soon. Or I'm about to. Now, if I blunder a rook or something, then it is game over. But this looks great. I'm sorry. I guess I can take with the bishop here. No. Okay, okay. See, that move makes sense. That move makes sense, but it doesn't work. We have a perpetual by draw, by the way, because we're basically moving the bishop back and forth one square. And I will take the draw. And, like, if you're the opponent, would you take a draw here? I wouldn't. But yet, basically, they're going after the undefended rook. Like, I see what they're doing, but it doesn't work. You gotta move the queen somewhere else. Can't go here, I take it. You can't go here, I take it. Can't go here, I take it. You can't go here, I take it. You can go here? I get. Ooh, that's a big mistake. Knight to. Yeah. Yeah, that's. Huh. Yeah. This is just good for us. It just is. Yeah, I will take the draw. I mean, and that just goes to show you, like, if they go back with the check, okay, they don't. They don't. And we've covered why that's a bad move. If you want to pause, guys, why is Queen A3 a bad move? If you're following on YouTube. So this queen is on the same diagonal as this queen, which means this queen is undefended, which means that's a free queen. I told you they were about to blunder, chat. Like, And now they castle. So we already covered this. Why is castling a blunder? Yeah, yeah, they just blundered a knight right after. I had a feeling, chat. See, sometimes in a situation like that, as our opponent should have taken the draw. Like, compare the draw to what actually happened. All they had to do to draw was, and let me just go back. All they had to do to draw, just go for the check again. That's a draw. But they kind of decided, oh man, I'm up 5 pawns and da 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 da. Let me go here. Yeah, I'm hitting the rook. I'm hitting the knight. Boom. Forgot about the queen. So, hey, I do it too. I do it too. But this game, like if nothing else, I want you guys to learn this. And I know I'm only 1,000 elo. One piece attacks do not work in chess, especially if the one piece is the queen. It just you can't play chess like this. You can't. Like let's look at the whole game. And I'm not going to use game review or nothing fancy to look at stockfish moves because who cares? I'm not a chess engine. But what I am is experienced enough to know like, hey, okay, this game went off. I mean, right here it looks great. If you're the opponent, it looks great. Just get your knight out, castle. Okay, get your bishop out. Oh, I'm not letting you castle due to the tactics. Okay, castle queenside. Defend the knight some other way. And matter of fact, if I'm hitting the knight too much, move the knight. Move the knight over here to g6. Then I'm hitting nothing. Anyway, they obviously wanted the castle queenside. I obviously made it unavailable. But as soon as we pushed e5, off the rails. Literally, they started getting and see. Oh, I'm gonna get some free pawns. Okay, if you're stockfish, sure, get the free pawns. If you're not, you might not want to do it because yeah, this move did stop them from castling. I think they missed f6. Yes, they missed f6. By the way, this queen move was also bad because remember what I was saying? Like, oh, just move the knight. Oh well, even if they moved it to d5, but I was saying here because it's closer to the king, and you know. Anyway, yep, they just moved. They went for this queen check, and this is when it really went off the rails. Let me develop my bishop for free. Like, if you are going to take the pawn, just straight up take the pawn. Don't let me develop the bishop because that caused them problems too. And again, we got some tempos with the rook. We didn't care. We took out one piece of the equation. We made them undevelop the knight, which is huge. And then they just kept taking pawns, man. And you just can't play chess this way. I'm sorry. We saw the bishop was defending the key f1 square, and we just got all the pieces out. They kept taking pawns. Discovered attack was very huge. This knight defending the knights defending each other like this, top notch. Because then you don't have to worry about blundering, you know. And then yeah, they kind of went just keep going for check, 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 checks. Doesn't work. We drew them into the draw pattern, and they didn't take the draw, chat. And well, you hate to see that. I hate to see that. Anyway, you just can't play chess that way. You know what I mean, Diego? One piece attacks, they don't work. They don't work. So that's the lesson, and that's the lesson I need to know too, because there are some times when I try one piece, and I don't mean Nami and Loopy either. There you go, Tim. Next game. We're playing the Kali. Let's play E6. This actually is a great for a French. So let's play a C5. Good, good, good. I love trading this bishop off right away. If they want to do that, perfect. This opening has gone perfectly. Let's take with the queen, get the knight out. Yabba dabba do. All right, and we could castle queenside. Let's see where they castle first. Let's do a Bishop lift? Yes? Yes? No, 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 no. Nothing fancy, Flood. Let's go here. If they want to mess up my pawns, so be it. They do not. Okay. Now, they kind of have a good F file. So kingside looks a little. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, D3 is good. D3 is good. Our opponent's playing this pretty well. They are 1155. Yeah, that's a good move. It gives the queen some options. That's why it's good. Let's check on some chat, Rooney. I think we're getting chat. Yeah, we're good. Ah, hi everyone. Oh, we have 4 or 5 people in chat. Hi. Castle. I'm just thinking, is it easy to attack my king over here? I mean, kinda. Yeah, you got these pawns finished. I don't like this. That's if you're wondering why I'm hesitating. You see this bishop? I don't like it, chat. I really don't. Nah, all right, we'll take the bait. If they got a quick checkmate, we'll see what it is. Well, I think we need to rook to d8. Yes. d4 right now. Yes. 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 d4 right now. Takes. 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 Do I need the rook there? I'm gonna play it. Even if we lose a pawn, I literally don't care. In fact, is c4 the legit move? C4 can't be legit, right? You just let him get 2 pawns in the center? Huh. Yeah, that looks a little too, Alright, I'll trade 1 pawn. Or do I take with the knight now? Let's take with the knight. Let's take with the knight. Let's take with the knight. I like the knight. This knight on c6 ain't really that much of a part of the action. If they leave the knight there, then thanks, I guess. That might be a legit good move, yeah. So they're moving the pieces in. That's kind of annoying, hitting the queen. Okay. Yeah, that's pretty smart. I'll give our opponent that. Let's check on some chatteroni. Yeah, knight to e5. Wow. I didn't even consider that. Oh, we just hit an hour. Nice. Mm, you know, I'm gonna go here. Yeah. It defends the pawn too. I like that move. C7. What I like is it's away from the knight. It's gonna take at least 3 moves for any knight move of that knight to hit my queen. So yeah, yeah, and this is kind of what I saw in my last game. The knight defends the knight. It's just a good setup, man. I don't know what it is, but anytime you can get your knights to defend each other, do it. Absolutely do it. Now, we don't want to blunder a pawn, so let's take the knight with check. And they'll probably retreat the knight. Yeah, attacking with the queen also makes sense. Let's get this knight up out of here, shall we? Let's just get it up out of here. Ooh, there's some queen moves that yeah, castling queenside kingside may have been a big mistake because I'm seeing like this looks great for our opponent. And anytime you get a position like that, maybe you should have castled to the other side. You know what I mean, Diego? Because it's I would love to have this position as white. This looks great. I mean, your rooks just push the pawn, right? Just push the pawn, and who cares about the knight? Push the pawn, open the file. B-E-A beautiful. If they play F5, I'll be like, okay, we made a mistake. Okay, see, I understand that move, but, let's push F6. Can we get away with that? Yeah. Yeah, F6 is fine. Now, if I were them, I'd retreat to G4. And then we have a decision. So I don't know if I want to play H5. That's a bit ambitious. Yeah, I'd play G4 and maybe even trade if you feel so inclined. I like F6, by the way, not just to hit the knight. Remember that bishop I was talking about? Yeah, it makes it a little more difficult to go through. They're thinking. Yeah, I would take a long think here too, because opening the file for the rook might be legit. No, they back off to C4. Okay. Oh, we could hit the knight again. Okay. B5 with the pawn. Let's think about some other moves. E5. No, the knight is defending. Get the bishop to a better square. Put a rook on the D file. I like rook D8 actually. I like it a lot. Hit the queen with a piece. Sure. Bishop to D6. Well, look at that. I didn't even think about bishop D6. Let's kick the knight first and see what happens. Yeah, bishop D6 is looking pretty, it's looking all right. Mainly we just want to take the pawn, hit the queen. It's not ain't complicated, folks. Also, the pawn is pinned to the queen, so, and behind it is the king, so maybe, I don't know. This could be a blunder, who knows? Or maybe it's the right sequence. We'll find out. Let's check on some chatteroonie. Oh, and let's check on some YouTube chats. I can't see your comments in real time unless I have a time machine. But if you're enjoying the episodes, feel free to like, comment, and subscribe. You know, guys, I don't ask for too many subscribers, right, on a YouTube. But one thing I will say is I'm pretty grateful. Yeah, you guys recently we got up to how many subs are we up to now on YouTube? Let me check. That's a clean bit. I can't see your comments in real time. All right, Diego, I'm gonna get you going here. We're at a good point in stream, so yeah, we're up to nice. Wow, did we just get some new subs today? I think so. Yeah, we're up to 428. Because last I like looked at the exact number, it was 420. Yeah, me. Yeah, man. He was at 420, man. Uh, but yeah. Ooh, night back. You know, I doubt we have a fork here, but imagine like we had the jump spell. We could teleport this pawn to B4 and then to C3. That's a pawn fork. Very, very juicy. Even if we had the queen there right now, that's a legit fork. Now, the problem is if we push, I think the knight gets involved, and yeah. But back to what we were talking about. Bishop d6 looks pretty awesome. Let's do it. Pin the pawn. Did you want to go ball today, or you chilling?
I'm ready.
Yeah, we chilling. We chilling. You ever play chess, Diego? No.
I like to learn.
Oh, really?
Learn.
Oh.
But I don't think I play.
Yeah, that's cool. You know how many people would love to? People like watching people play new games. It's strange. It's a strange world. Yeah.
Never play Pokemon. I'm just kidding.
Good one.
So I just turn it on.
Yeah. Now, Halo's not in there, so you're gonna have to be careful and switch the discs. By the way, let me double check and check on some visuals. I think the visual's good. Yes. Yes. Visuals all good. So, yep. All right. Good on your end, Vegeta. Good, good. Yeah, lining up on the weak pawn makes a lot of sense. Or does it? No, it just doesn't. It just doesn't. It just doesn't, chat. It doesn't make sense. The reason it doesn't make sense is because take, mmm, take, take. So if I were to take the pawn right now, the rook would take. Hmm. Take the pawn right now. The rook takes. The rook is pinned. Ah, yeah. The rook is pinned. Mmm. The rook is pinned. G5. Well, the queen's defended by the pawn. Yeah. This isn't so straightforward, is it, Chad? It's really not. This position's very complicated, actually. Give me a second. Sorry, I gotta. There we go. And I might need to unmute the TV. Sorry, I'm getting my friend Diego set up for Halo. So if you hear Halo in the background, Halo 2, then you know what's going on. I believe E5 is the move. So we undo the pin, which feels weird, but you know. Okay, that was kind of loud. My headphones. This TV is pretty good. Yeah, this is a very complicated position. Mainly because there are some bishop and queen checks that yeah, and the queen's lined up. I don't like this queen being lined up here, I have to say. Yeah, there's some checkmate threats, actually. If takes, 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 takes. Well, oh, what if we take with the bishop? No, what if we take with the knight? Oh, with the knight, the knight, the knight, the knight. So here's what I'm thinking, guys. They take, I take with the knight, discovered attack, go here, take the bishop. Okay, here we go. Does this work? Alternate solution, take with the pawn, trade rooks, profit. I like taking with the knight. Keep the bishop cut off. Yeah. Let's keep the discovered attack. They'll probably move the queen somewhere, anywhere, and we'll go from there. But you'll notice our pieces are slowly migrating to the king side. You know, this knight was kind of like, over here, and like, let's take a look at this knight. This knight was kind of just, yeah, chilling on d7, and yeah, these pawns weren't doing nothing, and then, yeah, this is kind of interesting, I will say. Ah, so the discovered attack doesn't work because, yeah, that's actually, huh. Do I need to defend the bishop? I guess so. Yeah, I do need to play d1. I'm just deciding which rook, guys. Jeez, this is a complicated position. 12. The problem is also they could just straight up take the bishop. That is a problem. Yeah, they got me. They got me on that one. They got me. They got me, guys. Dude, knight to e4. What a move. All right. Well, I didn't want to trade like this, but yeah, let's discover the attack. Let's still take the discovered attack. And we'll take the bishop. We'll take the bishop. We'll just straight up. That bishop is annoying. That bishop is so annoying. All right. Okay. Well, the knight is kind of pinned. Not really though. Yeah, I could just come back and take the knight, folks. That's not complicated or whatever. There's no knight checks. My queen is undefended. I don't want to discount that. Yeah, they're going after the pawn on b5. I just really hate this bishop, this Fianchettled bishop. I hate it that much, chat, that I'm willing to lose a pawn over it. Oh, is my knight trapped? No way, right? Maybe it is. Hmm. Yeah, and the rooks get to jump to e7? Oh, you gotta be kidding me. You gotta be kidding me. I'm taking the bishop. I'm sorry. If this is a blunder, I'm sorry, chat, but I can't stand that bishop. All right. Let's check out some chatteroni. I think they have rook to b1. Yeah, that's. Thank you for the follow, AJ underscore on the rocks. When did that follow come through here? Oh, just now, about a minute ago. Hey, thanks, AJ. Appreciate it. Good to see you today. Okay, so knight goes back. Now it's easy to forget. Oh no, my queen. But yeah, either we have to defend the queen or trade. At this point, I think we just trade, guys. Honestly, they defended very well, and I need to get the knight out. So we go here. I think they still have rook b1. Maybe they won't see it. It's kind of hope chess-esque, but if I have to, I will sack the knight for a pawn. A very, very, very past pawn, but yeah, yeah, yeah. Rook b1 just straight up traps the knight, folks. There's nothing I can do about that. Maybe I wasn't supposed to take the queen there. Yeah, maybe I'm supposed to defend with the rook. Yeah, just slide c1. I mean, they still have it. They still it's a Zwischenzuck. It's an in between move. Yeah, that's if they see it, they see it. Yeah, they found it. Wow. Well, sack the knight. Ah, we found the move, chat. If you guys want to pause, we found it. We found the move, maybe. Well, the move is c3. We just defend the knight. Nice, nice. Somehow we got away with that one, chat. I don't know how, but we did. We got away. We got away with that. Nice. Yeah, how are you today, AJ? Hello, welcome on in. Yeah, that's cute and all, but we just defend with the other pawn, no? Yep. Next move, f5. This looks great. If they push a3, I think we've got some options. So, yeah, hi, AJ. Welcome on in. This is a crazy game, by the way. So, our opponents played pretty well. Just for a quick game recap. And yeah, we've got some trades. They kind of started with the King's Indian, but didn't really follow through with it. But anyway, we're here now. Yeah, that's kind of a scary move, to be honest with you. Let's hit the knight. I don't like the knight being here. Yep, hit the knight. Hit the knight. Gotta defend the pawn, the B pawn next. Yeah, yeah, that's Solid move. Hit the knight again. Yeah, you don't have time to take my pawn because... Oh. Oh, they're hitting both pawns. They're hitting this pawn and this pawn. That's really good. That's pretty good. Alright, let's go... Let's go here. Let's let them just take the pawn. They can just take with the knight and call it a day. C4 might be a good outpost, honestly. I don't know if they'll do that or what. Oh, what am I saying? I would just take it with the knight. Yeah, it's not a good outpost if your opponent can immediately take it. You know what I'm saying? So. Alright. Let's see what they'll do. Oh, if they take with the knight on F5, I think we have G6? Like a G6. Like a G6. This stream's brought to you by Chill. It's Sprite, and it's chill. Alright. Hashtag not sponsored. Okay. That's an interesting move. I think we just keep hitting this knight, man. I mean, yeah. Dance, puppet, dance, right? Okay. Nice. That's a good move. Okay, now I think we have to defend the pawn. Yes. Yes. Defend the pawn. There we go. Interesting. Oh, did I blunder that or what? Yikes. Ooh, do we have some tactics here? Wow, I didn't even consider this move till just now. Yeah, if we are going to lose a piece, let's lose it in the best way possible. Wow. What a move, Flood. What a move. You take my rook, I take your rook. Okay, you don't take it. Take the pawn. Push on the rook. Good night, Irene, Flood. Yeah, take my rook. That's fine. Take the rook, buddy. Oof. I'm surprised I saw that move. And there's no back rank. There's no back rank stuff either. Okay. Push. Oof. Are you kidding me? Yeah. Yeah. You got to move your rook. You guys see that, right? We're going to check and get a queen. Wow, C2. This does work, yeah. They may be able to move the rook back and just call it a day, yeah. No. I mean, you got to stop me from taking this, yeah? You got to move the rook, right? This is just a big old trade, like a fancy way to trade, but it's a trade. Holy moly. I'm surprised I saw that move. Well, that was my logic, though. If you guys want to see how I saw that, I was just like, well, we're going to lose a piece anyway. So let's lose it in the best way possible, right? Dude, C2. Yeah. They find the best move. That is absolutely the best move. Absolutely. So we take the rook with the queen. They are obligated to take, and then we take the knight. So big fancy trade, but yeah. Wow. I'm proud of myself for that one. Normally I don't find those moves. That's Our vision is good today. My goodness. Another phantom on approach. Yeah, you just slide the rook back and okay. I think we need to activate the king. So let's go here. And after all that nonsense, we're up a pawn, by the way. Even though we got forked. The rooks got forked. We found the tactic to survive. And we're up a pawn. Wow. I might want to defend these guys, yeah. Hmm. Defend or go on the offensive flood? Man, this is not an easy decision. I'm thinking about rook d1 check, and then... this is not an easy decision. I think we defend. Yeah, it's just... push a4 right now. Nah, we're pretty well set here. Let's just... defend. Yeah, we just defend. We just defend, chat. We just defend. We just defend. Yeah, the rook's nice and centralized, keeping an eye on both pawns. If they go for checks, we move the king, and the king's not getting cut off is what I like. So yeah, okay, they're moving the king in. That's smart. I believe we need to go here. Well, we don't want the king to ever be cut off. Maybe I activate the king right now. Yeah. Yeah, king here. Yeah, king f6. King f6. Now this pawn's defended, which I like. Okay. Brr, brr. This guy pulled out the needlers in Halo. And the Halo sounds, you can hear them in the game too, like on my microphone, because if I like mute it, yeah, you can hear it. I like hearing the Halo sounds. Oh man, I should add Halo to the tags, Vegeta. Nah, no, just kidding. We're doing good this stream though. At one point, Diego, I saw like 6 viewers in here. I'm like, what? That ain't right. Because my stream's virtually like unknown. So yeah, I literally just booted up chess.com just to. I like playing chess. And, you know. You heard that? Another thing I will say is our opponent, Scrambler Stories, is making very good use of their time. These are 15-minute games, and so many of the players that we see blunder, they move too quickly. You know what I mean? And like, for example, the guy who blundered his queen 1 or 2 games back, he was kind of moving a little too quick. So, all right, I think here we can play g5. G5 seems good. Let's play g5. Let's just advance the pawns. This looks great for us. And I am. That's where I'd be. If they rook check, we go e5 with the king. Yeah, this looks fantastic. And they kind of have to leave this pawn defended, the A pawn, because if they don't, it's going to be bad news, Irene. Now here I think we go king e5. Yes, absolutely. Absolutely, chat. All we want is to create a pass pawn right here. So they've got to do something. Maybe rook c4? No, they're going for checks, and that's not going to work, I don't think. Take, take, take. Yeah, there's just some tactics here, chat. For number one, we can just straight up move the pawn and defend it, which I think is the best solution. Yeah, let's just go for the check, get the pass pawn. Yeah, this is just a matter of time for us. So, We're gonna make their king move is the big deal here. Yeah, this is a big deal. This is a very big deal. Yeah, that's a good move. Our pawn's defended now. I believe we just pushed this up. Yep, H5. Sorry about that, chat, by the way. Rook check, we slide to D4. Yeah, this looks good. This looks good, chat. Sister's at the door. Hi. Okay. Bar? I believe we go here. Let's go after these pawns on this side. I like that. They have to stop us. They just have to, chat. Ooh, yeah, see that doesn't really work. I'm just thinking about the end game here, chat. Yeah, that might be a blunder. I could just defend the pawn for now. And honestly, rooks go behind past pawns anyway. Yeah, let's just defend for now. And see what happens here. On check. I think checking is a mistake, actually. Rook check. We would go to C3. Yeah. Oh, that rook check. That's still kind of a mistake, I think. Our pawns are too far advanced, chat. So if they take, that's a mistake. Yeah, that's a blunder, yeah. They have to keep the rook. They just have to. They have to, yeah. They may calculate it, though. They seem like a very, because they could always go rook E2. Good. Or just not take, yeah. Okay, this still allows some stuff. They're lined up. Okay. Let's try to get them to make some kind of mistake here. Mm-hmm. We'll go here. Yeah, they're gonna go for the check. Now we bring the king here. And this is where we find out our opponent has a big problem. The problem is we're gonna make a breakthrough. And they can't really stop it. The breakthrough is A4. And they can't really stop us at all. So, and our king's in the perfect spot to take this to an endgame. All we're going to do is use these two pawns to get rid of these two pawns, and then promote. Take this last pawn, promote. Yeah, that's cute. That's a good try. That's a very good try. It just doesn't work. They just don't have time. A4? They really don't have time. So. Okay. And then we take. We push? I believe we push, yeah. Yeah, push, take the pawn. Push, take the pawn. I'm just trying not to mess this up, chat. Push. Yep, push, take the pawn. I just want to make sure we can get this guy. We can. They can't stop us. They can't stop us. We're just getting rid of the pawns. Yep. Take this guy. They can't defend this guy. I just did it in like a fancy way, you know. Yeah, see, that doesn't work because Ooh, I guess that does work. Wow. Well, we can't take, that's for sure. I might have messed this up, chat. I ain't gonna lie. When I mess up, I'll let you guys know. Wow. Well, obviously we can't take because our king can't catch, right? So we just go here. Yeah. Okay. Free pawn for the opponent. They did really well to get that pawn, I will say. We take here. They got some checks and stuff. Good, good. And now we got to go back. So very good by the opponent there. See, now trading is kind of a problem. I think this lets us make it in time. Let me calculate. No, it does not. So we got to go over here. Ooh, boy, they got us really good. They got us so good. Okay. The good news is our king is making it back to the correct side, so. And it's a corner pawn. This is a draw, by the way, as long as I play it right. Got to keep the rook defending. Yeah, this is a well-known draw, so. Now we go here. Nope. Slide over. Rook is free now. Okay. Trying to stop the pawn push with the king. So pretty good game though. Pretty good game to our opponent, but this is a draw. This is just a straight up draw. So straight up draw. In fact, I think now I can do this safely. Yep, yeah, I can do this safely. This is a draw. Very safe. Because we get opposition. That's the problem. And it's pinned. So. Wow. Wow. Well, we take with check. And we get the opposition. Right here? Yes. Yes. Okay. Okay. Our move. Think about the opposition. Okay, we go here. Yes. I can come in. Gotta play this right, Chad. Okay. Yeah. They go behind, we go to G7. Oh, did I mess up? I think I did mess up actually. Yeah, I was supposed to just drop straight back, I think. Yep. Yeah, I did mess up. I was supposed to drop straight back. Yeah, here, man, in games are so tricky. Yeah, here I was supposed to just drop straight back to G7. Yeah, yeah. Wow. Well done to the opponent though. They got us there. Here we go. Here. Well, and they were able to win some free pawns off of us, so that was pretty key as well. That was a fun game though. I'll give them that. Scrambler stories. The way they played, in game, middle game, opening, they're not going to be 1100 for very long. Like, if I were to estimate their true rating, as long as they can keep playing every game like this, they're going to be like 1700 in like 2 months. This is one of those players that, like, their actual rating hasn't caught up with their level of play, but they did make like some like noticeable blunders, like the discovered attack to let me get the bishop. Uh, yeah, to let me like win a pawn. Like that's kind of and we did play them pretty good. So, but yeah, this is just a win for them. But yeah, they keep playing like that, and they're uh they're just gonna climb. So I'm not gonna hold them any longer. But they play that really well. So and if it does say one blunder at the end, I know what it is. It's the end game. So which is crazy. But yep. Wow. Yeah, we both played a really good game. Let's just. I'm not gonna go over every move because there were a lot of moves that game. Let's game review this one. That was pretty. We did okay, in some spots. So that was pretty crazy though. Wow. I don't even mind losing a game like that, bro. Because like I guarantee you, his estimated rating is like at least above 80 accuracy. It's just we both had a good game, and I got to work on my end games. That's all that is. So we were up a pawn at one point. So okay. I can't believe our opponent played so well. That's great. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So, like I said, guaranteed above 80, but there were some mistakes on both sides. Like 5%. Our big blunder was when we allowed free pawns at the end. That's huge. But yeah, yeah. You remember what I was saying? Like, oh, they're basically 1600. And yeah, the estimated rating, yeah, 16. If they keep doing what they're doing, they're going to be just fine. Just fine, chat. Um, yeah, great game to our opponent, and honestly, best of luck out there. I mean, they're probably going to climb pretty high, I would say, fairly fast. As long as some people just don't have the time, you know what I mean? They got like wife and kids, or they're busy with IRL, so which I can really relate to. But yeah, great last game to our opponent, and that's an important lesson for me to really slow down and work on our end game stuff. I feel like I should have attacked more with my rook. I really dropped it to a defensive position and then just kind of fell asleep, so to speak. So yeah, there definitely were opportunities to attack, and I should have acted on them. Um, just to even the pawns. Not even like win pawns, but keep the pawns advantage even. Yeah, is what I should have done. But chat, let's see how we're doing. I think we're gonna end stream here. Actually, let's see. Yeah, I think so, chat. So, yeah, you guys have a good night. I'll see you later, and all yeah, all I'm gonna do is just end stream, post this VOD on YouTube, and you guys have a great weekend. Yeah, it's Friday night. All right,
Be safe.
be safe, shuffle well, duel smart, 8,000 life points. Take care. Yeah, and flood yourself with joy. Yeah, that's important. All right, see you around.